Nora pressed her palm against the bioscanner for the third time, watching Alexander pace behind her in the sterile white corridors of the Galactic Immigration Hub on Kepler Station. The queue of alien beings stretched endlessly behind them, tentacled Zephyrians, crystalline Vorthak, and graceful Etherians with their luminescent skin all waiting their turn for processing. "Ma'am, please remain calm," the four-armed Centaurian clerk chirped nervously, her translator collar flickering as she spoke. "The scanner seems to be experiencing a technical difficulty." Alexander stepped forward, his jaw clenched with barely contained frustration. They'd been traveling for 6 months to reach this outer rim trading station, hoping to establish humanity's first diplomatic contact with the Galactic Confederation. Now they were stuck at customs like common criminals. "What kind of technical difficulty?" Alexander asked, his voice carrying the edge that Nora recognized from their military days together. The clerk's primary arms trembled as she consulted her holographic display. "The scanner keeps rejecting the genetic sample. It's displaying an error code I've never seen before. Classification level Omega Red." Nora exchanged a glance with Alexander. They'd expected some complications. Humans weren't exactly common in this sector of the galaxy, but nothing like this. The scanner had accepted Alexander's DNA sample without issue 20 minutes ago, classifying him as unknown sapient species pending review. "Let me try once more," Nora said, placing her hand on the scanner with deliberate calm. The device hummed to life, blue light cascading over her palm as it analyzed her genetic markers. For a moment, everything seemed normal. Then the scanner began flashing angry red warnings, and an automated voice echoed throughout the processing area. "Alert. Deathworlder detected. Species, Homo sapiens origin, Earth, threat level, maximum, initiating containment protocols." The bustling immigration hall fell silent. Every alien in the vicinity turned to stare at Nora. Their various eyes, sensors, and appendages focused on her with mixtures of curiosity and terror. Emergency barriers began descending from the ceiling. "Deathworlder?" Alexander whispered, instinctively moving closer to Nora. The Centaurian clerk had gone pale blue, all 4 of her arms shaking as she consulted her display. This can't be correct. Deathworlders are legends. Cautionary tales we tell our offspring." A new voice cut through the chaos, deep, authoritative, and speaking perfect standard galactic. "The scanner is functioning correctly." They turned to see a massive being approaching, nearly 3 meters tall with chitinous armor plating and 6 powerful limbs. A hegemony general, judging by the insignia carved into his carapace. "General Thrax," the clerk squeaked, attempting something resembling a bow. "I am General Thrax of the Hegemony War Council," he announced, his compound eyes fixed on Nora. "And you, small creature, are an impossibility that somehow stands before me." Alexander stepped protectively in front of Nora, but she gently moved him aside. "I'm Nora Chen, representing the United Earth Coalition. This is my colleague, Alexander Morrison. We've come here seeking diplomatic relations." General Thrax's mandibles clicked in what might have been amusement. "Diplomatic relations? Do you have any idea what your species represents to the galaxy?" "Apparently we're Deathworlders," Nora replied evenly. "Care to explain what that means?" The general gestured with one of his middle arms, and a holographic display materialized between them. It showed a blue-green world rotating slowly in space. Earth. "Your planet," Thrax began, "has a gravity rating of 1.0 g, nearly twice the standard for most inhabited worlds. Your atmospheric pressure would crush the lungs of 60% of known species. Your sun emits radiation levels that would sterilize most life forms within hours." The display shifted to show various Earth environments. A hurricane tearing across an ocean, an active volcano spewing lava, a pack of wolves hunting in the snow. "Your world experiences temperature variations that span over 100 degrees in some regions. Your weather patterns include phenomena capable of leveling cities. Your oceans contain pressures that would implode most spacecraft, yet life thrives even there." Alexander watched the display with growing understanding, but Nora remained focused on the general. "And the life that evolved in these conditions," Thrax continued, his voice dropping to what sounded almost like reverence, "survives in environments that would kill most galactic citizens instantly. Your muscles are dense enough to function under crushing gravity. Your bones are reinforced calcium phosphate compounds. Your cardiovascular system can function efficiently in low-oxygen environments. The hologram shifted again, showing human anatomy compared to other species. The differences were stark. Where other species had evolved for efficiency and gentleness, humans had evolved for survival and adaptability. But that's not what makes you true Deathworlders, Thrax said, leaning closer. It's what you do with that evolution. New images appeared. Humans in spacesuits working in the vacuum of space, deep-sea divers exploring ocean trenches, mountain climbers ascending peaks that pierce the atmosphere. Most species, when faced with an environment that could kill them, avoid it. Your species colonizes it. You don't just survive in hostile conditions, you seek them out. You climb your highest mountains for recreation. You dive into your deepest oceans for curiosity. You launch yourselves into the vacuum of space because you want to see what's there. The general's compound eyes reflected the hologram's light as he continued. But even that isn't what makes you legendary. Alexander frowned. Then what does? When faced with extinction-level events, most species either flee or perish. Your species fights back. Your historical records are filled with examples. Ice ages, supervolcanic eruptions, asteroid impacts, plagues that should have ended your civilization. Each time your species not only survived but emerged stronger. Nora felt a strange mix of pride and unease. Is that why the scanner flagged me as a threat? General Thrax's mandibles clicked again. The scanner didn't flag you as a threat, Ms. Chen. It flagged you as an apex predator on a galactic scale. A member of a species that treats impossibility as a challenge to be overcome. The emergency barriers began retracting as General Thrax input commands on his wrist display. The Confederation has been watching your species' development for centuries, waiting to see if you would follow the standard pattern of Deathworld evolution. Which is? Alexander asked. Complete self-destruction within 50 years of achieving spaceflight, usually through warfare or resource depletion. Thrax paused. Your species has exceeded that timeline and shows signs of unprecedented cooperation. Nora looked around at the crowd of aliens still staring at them with mixture of fear and fascination. So what happens now? Now, General Thrax said, extending one of his primary hands toward her. We find out if legends can learn to coexist with the rest of the galaxy. The Confederation has voted. Humanity will be granted probationary membership. As Nora shook the general's chitinous hand, she felt the weight of representing not just her planet, but an entire category of species that most of the galaxy had thought was myth. Welcome to the galactic community, Deathworlders, General Thrax said. Try not to terrify everyone too much. Alexander grinned beside her. No promises, General. And for the first time since they'd arrived, Nora smiled too.